Do you hear that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's like chattering teeth, but it's just... It's
They're
just the AC.
scared.
Chattering teeth.
Wow.
So, taglines?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to do them or I want to do them? I don't know.
Do
I
I
always
wanna
do them, but
Okay.
like,
Here.
maybe you do them. I won't even look. I haven't looked.
All right. Sorry, I just read the first one. All right, so we've got terror has multiplied.
Uh,
I
Isn't
don't.
that Gremlins?
Yeah, I was like nothing multiplied. God.
Well,
They just had 'em.
usually it's like only one ghost. So
Like,
like,
they have multiple.
yeah, and like, what's a multiple of 13? So it's like 1 times 13. So
It's so stupid. 6.5 times 2.
oh, Jesus.
Because there was the torso ghost.
That's okay.
Misery loves company. That one's too easy.
I mean,
That's
but do they love each other? Like, do the ghosts? I don't even think the
Oh,
ghosts
no.
know each other is there, except for the one time that like the
They team
Juggernaut
up,
and
yeah.
John Henry
The
like, work
blacksmith.
together.
yeah. Oh, we'll get into that.
Yeah.
All right. Ooh, this is a long one. The only thing worse than being trapped in a house with a ghost is being trapped in a house with 13 ghosts.
Yeah, I saw like a mile away. I was like,
But
you don't
there
even
aren't
have to finish this. I'll finish this for you.
There aren't even. Okay, the number of ghosts is not correct for 13 ghosts.
Well, it is by the end
no.
because Matthew Lillard is 13.
Yeah.
Boom.
But there's also.
Mind blown. Podcast over.
Well, we'll get into
yeah.
what this whole thing. What's more? Oh, yeah. What's more terrifying than a ghost? 13 of them. Sorry, there's an exclamation point, and I had to do it. Yeah, I guess. Like, this movie scared me as a child,
Mm-hmm.
but now as an adult, I was like, cool.
No, it was just
Uh,
cool.
Yeah, I think if anything, it's just the practical effects are kind of spooky.
Okay.
But not like, as an adult, you can easily see that they're fake, especially because this is 2001, but
I
Yeah.
think they hold up.
yeah.
Do we got
Oh, they
anything
hold
else?
up well. Oh, we got one more.
Okay.
Oh, two more.
Okay.
Well, hold on. Let me see which one is better, and I'll save that for the last.
Okay.
Okay, so this is... we'll go with the shorter one first. Terror wants company.
Hey, so Terror here. I'm a Scorpio. I'm about 23.
It's like a newspaper dating advertisement.
Terror looks
Terror wants company.
single white terror seeking haunts.
And they have to be white, because that's the only terror there is.
yeah, single transparent
people.
female searching company. All right, all
loves
right.
glass houses.
What?
Loves glass houses. And steampunk.
Oh,
All right, now our final one. There are ghosts around us all the time. Most of them don't want to hurt us, but there are exceptions.
isn't that exactly what Matthew Lillard says in the movie?
Maybe.
Yeah, he says that.
I mean, I think the only thing that's trying to hurt us in this film is the film itself.
Accurate. So, with 15 deaths, all mostly in the opening sequence, one man sliced in half, one back-breaking, and one glass-smashed death. 13, yep, 12 mutilated ghosts in some way, shape, or form. One twist ending you saw a mile away.
Yeah.
And one jump rope hopscotch apparatus with an IMDb score of 5.6 out of 10, a metric score of 30 out of 100, and coming in at 14% rotten. It's 2001's Thir13en Ghosts. Did I get it right?
It's Thir13en Ghosts. I
13
never noticed it. Yes, 13 ghosts.
Yes, 13 Ghosts. Let's drop some bombs.
I used to hunt ghosts with your Uncle Cyrus. Ghosts? Ghosts! Ghosts! God damn it, listen to me!
Family me, just so we all clear, Miss Maggie does not do windows, okay?
All right, first rule, no throwing stones.
Entire basement is filled with ghosts.
In this basement.
Of course, in this basement. What is with you people? If it was next door, I wouldn't give a shit. What did I just say? Did I just say there's a petting zoo downstairs? No.
Sorry, family, happy, lobby. Oh, go. I am sick of this nanny shit. I've had it. This is not in the job description. I quit.
Welcome to Bombs Away. My name is Jonathan Young. Joining me in the studio, as always, is...
I'm Jarrett Seifert, and I wish my boobs were as good as the plastic surgeon assistant lady ghost. God, which you probably didn't know. They gave backstories to all of the ghosts.
Oh, we're doing the whole thing.
It's so good. But hers
because that's what people are looking forward to.
Yeah.
My friend told me the other day. She said, I was so into researching each one of them, and all their backstories are on the DVD and like everything. Like a
with
little
commentary by, what's the guy's name? Zolord or something? No, that was the original.
Okay.
Who's the bad guy?
The
uncle.
Yeah, it kind of looks like
Cal.
the guy from Indiana Jones.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's like narrated by him, I believe.
Okay. Yeah. He's like, and he tells the whole like the torn prince was blah 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 blah.
Baseball.
Right? Baseballs and grease. And so today we're talking about the 2001 film 13 Ghosts. I saw this in the movie theaters back in the day.
I saw it as a child. I think it was like 11 or 12.
Yeah.
Like at home. But I remember this is one of those movies that I started watching halfway through. And then I watched it eventually, the full thing. But I remember the jackal being like terrifying. But now that I've seen it, I'm like, oh.
Yeah, how about you take the box off your head and you could get around places better.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this movie holds up for me. I remember I was working at Blockbuster at the time, and
classy.
we all went out to a movie, and we saw this. Yes, Be Kind, Rewind. What a great movie that one is, by the way, if you've never seen it.
Superstar?
No, Be Kind, Rewind.
Because I was quoting Superstar. I was like,
were
hey,
you?
Be Kind, Rewind. I was like, oh, yeah. There we go.
Well, if you haven't seen Be Kind, Rewind, it's with Jack Black and Mos Def.
Oh, yeah.
Where they work at an old video rental store, and they wound up magnetizing all the tapes and erasing them.
They have to remake all of them.
And they remake Ghostbusters and RoboCop and Rush Hour 2.
Stupid premise for a movie.
And I loved it, though. Like, it's so good because, like, I fell in love with what they were doing with the remakes. They were, like, lighting cardboard boxes on fire and be like, oh, no, the Marshmallow Man. Oh, so good.
Okay, back to our movie then.
Yes. So I was working at Blockbuster at the time, and we all as employees went out to see this movie. And I remember, because back then, movies would take like a year to get from screen to the shelf, right? And I remember this movie kind of only taking 6 months to get there.
They were ready.
And it's always a sign where you're just like, why? Right? Now, if it takes longer than like 2 months to get to the shelf, we're like, why is it behind? Like, because they don't even wait for Christmas movies that came out last Christmas to come out the next Christmas on the shelf. Because that still used to be a thing. Like, even 5 years ago, they'd be like, oh, this is a Christmas movie. We'll wait till next Christmas to release it. Now they're like, Christmas in July. I don't care. So when this movie came out, like, really early, I was like, oh, that's probably not good.
That's bad.
But we get into the movie. Immediately, we're shown a graveyard. It looks like the graveyard from
a junkyard.
From Nightmare 3.
Did you say a graveyard?
I did say a graveyard. Damn it.
Well, it's kind of a graveyard for all those people that died.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're shown like a junkyard, and it's got like spooky music.
Yeah.
I don't really understand.
And the camera's like whooshing through the cars all the time.
Because we're still in like Casper vision.
Yeah.
Like first person ghost viewing.
It's accurate.
Whoa.
And then all these trucks and this classic car comes out of nowhere.
This truck just barrels through a fence. Like, just open the damn fence. Why do you have to explode through it?
Especially because apparently they've already been there. When that truck rolls through, there's already lighting and like
flares.
Flares.
Who was setting up the flares? Where did they come from?
No, it's the other lady. The one who's like, you can't steal their souls. You know?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, maybe she put the flares down to be like, run away,
But then why
Juggernaut,
was
run
he
away.
surprised that they were there? He's like, oh, you're here again.
I'm just trying to
I was
make
like, you
sense
already
of the
saw the
flares
flares,
because
right?
she loves flares and ghosts hate flares, apparently.
What, they're like silver oxide or something like that?
Something that
Yeah.
it doesn't
Chemical
matter.
flare where it was just like, why would a ghost hate that? Like, ooh, gosh,
Well,
ooh, it
why?
smells.
Why would they immediately be like attracted to blood too? They were like,
True.
Release the bait," which this truck,
Like-
this gasoline truck, basically like pours blood out of both sides
So
of it.
literally as that was happening, like the truck starts pulling forward and spewing blood, and I was like, oh, a truck full of blood. And I go to write that note down,
Uh-huh.
and then I just hear Matthew Lillard go, oh, a truck full of blood.
Right? Like I was like, a ghost needs bait in order to
Yeah.
come out and kill more. The ghost is like, blood?
Yeah.
Like it doesn't make any sense.
I
Okay, well, a lot of things don't make
Okay,
any
well,
sense.
this movie, like all other movies, creates its own ghost rules.
Right.
We have to start keeping a list of ghost rules because there are so many ghost rules. Oh my god,
Yeah.
across so many genres too.
So what?
Okay, was the bad guy a Nazi, or did he just like having a car that resembled a Nazi car?
Pretty much seems to resemble it, and he also had like inner red lining in his cape.
Yeah.
Which I'm like, Nazi.
I was like,
There's
is
a
a
guy
bit
out there
weird.
being like, I have inner red lining. I'm not a
But
Nazi.
fun fact about this film,
Yeah.
it was the first Hollywood film to star 3 Arab American as leads.
Tony Shalhoub,
Then
Uncle Cyrus.
Yeah, it was Cyrus. It was Cyrus. Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Uncle Cyrus, and then it was a female, but I don't remember
one of the
which.
ghosts.
No, it was either the bad lady or it wasn't, what's her name, Shannon?
No,
Oh.
Shannon Elizabeth.
No, not her.
Yeah,
Then
no.
I guess it was the other one. I
Okay.
don't know. But it had
Sure.
yeah, it was the first Hollywood film to feature 3 Arab Americans, which is like, that's kind of sad.
Interesting.
Whoops on our part.
Yeah. Right.
So we get
So-
a truck full of blood.
Yeah, and I'm
Matthew
like,
Lillard, hippie professional, is like, man, my fucking headache.
oh my god. Okay, so he is what's known in the psychic world as having psychometry.
Psychometry.
Okay, so like, well, it's one of his powers.
Yeah.
Like he has the power to basically he can see into the future.
Well, he can't see into the future till the very end.
Right. But I'm listing all his powers because they gave him powers that would further the plot when they needed to.
Yeah.
They gave him too much powers, but then he doesn't seem to have those powers when it's convenient to the scares.
Well, yeah, it's like,
Like,
I thought his only power was like touch something and get its pass.
which is psychometry.
okay.
Okay.
Contact
But he also
psychic.
has basically just the ability to sense ghosts when they're around.
Yeah. Okay.
Right? But he also has the ability to see the future because he sees his own death.
But that only happens once.
Yeah, but that's not to say that. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm saying if it happens at all,
Do you
that
think
is
every
a power.
time he
right?
masturbated, he saw his own past? He's like, ah, Grandpa!
No.
My biggest fear is my grandpa's ghost watching me masturbate. Why do that's the second time I brought that up. Sorry. Cut that out.
Nope. Okay, so yeah, and Cyrus is like basically monologuing like a typical villain.
Yeah.
Right? And he's like, "What's your deal here, Cyrus? What's your plan? You only said 12 ghosts,
What
right?"
do you mean 13?
Yeah.
Oh, he also like tries to take a pill for his headache, but Cyrus like kicks it out of his hand and the pills go flying. And Matthew Lillard's like,
my mom's
"Well, I
gonna be
needed
so
those."
mad at me.
But he's like, I needed those. And I was like, just pick one up off the ground, you idiot. It's not like he like threw them away.
Right.
He just kicked them and they went around you. I'm sure one landed on your shirt. Jesus.
Right? Yeah, because he needs pills to take off the edge, right? And
That's
so
why
this is
great.
when he uses the psychometry. This is why I looked up what it was actually called, a psychometry, to touch Cyrus, right? And get like a vision of the glass house and everything, right? This is the first time in this entire, like, I need you to catch 12 ghosts, and this is the 12th ghost, that you're, like, using your power to figure out what his deal is?
Yeah. I'm surprised
That's
they
odd.
never even shook hands at the start of
Right?
meeting each other. Like,
Right?
maybe he's like, I have a cold.
Don't touch!
Yeah.
No touch!
Don't touch me.
So, everybody's wearing clear plastic raincoats for some reason.
Yeah. Like they expected it to rain.
But they're wearing raincoats that you would find in some weird like cover me in like piss like S&M bar or something. Like you can see through it.
Yeah.
Right? I was just like, what? Why are they wearing these raincoats that are clear? And it has nothing to do with getting blood on you, because nobody even gets blood or anything on them.
Yeah, no one's near it. Also, that's so... The blood tank had so much blood in it, and it maybe just was like 4 gallons came out of it. Like, they probably just could have, like, thrown Carrie out there and the ghost would have came. Like, it wasn't a lot of blood.
Right? So...
It's like a gasoline truck full of blood. You don't need that much blood. Also, come on, that's all probably donations.
Oh. Yeah, but they
Really
expire
upset.
after a certain amount of time.
Blood
so.
expires?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's why you got to keep giving. True facts. Donate.
Well, the blood inside me has probably expired a long time ago.
So, okay.
So this ghost,
The
this
12th
juggernaut,
ghost, right,
Yeah.
comes, and they basically pour this blood everywhere. They plant these speakers that are, like, doing this incantation chant, being like, goo, la, la, loo, la, right? And that was my impression. It's horrible, right? But you can hire,
like that,
you can
though.
hire me for
Ba-do,
incantation
wa-de-da.
chants.
Oh God, we summoned a ghost on accident!
Right?
Get out! Get out!
That's what happens when I put it on reel to reel, which they're still using reel to reel instead of some like just mini tape recorder or something.
Right?
Right.
Like, put it on a flash drive. Well, it was 2001.
I think it was a reference to Evil Dead and them using reel to reels to do the incantation back in the day. That's my only guess to that.
Yeah.
Right. So then the Juggernaut ghost comes. Right.
Kills everyone.
And
Pulls
it's like,
someone
I'm
in
the
a
Juggernaut,
trunk.
bitch.
Yeah. Pulls someone into a trunk.
Right. Why does he look like a zombie? By the way.
He was shot a bunch.
Oh, just straight in the face.
Yeah.
Okay, wait,
Oh.
no.
Yeah.
Oh, are we going on backstory already?
Well, it's his backstory. It's his time.
He just shot a lot.
Like, as we get to it goes, with his
Okay.
backstory.
Okay.
But
Because
he...
I was like, let's have fun with this and just create our own backstory, but you already know it apparently.
Yeah.
So
All the 13 ghosts have backstories.
no, I know that.
Yeah.
But I thought that maybe we would have either
Oh.
forgotten and then we
No,
could make
I
our
don't
own up and it'd be
forget.
fun, but you're a
An
bitch.
elephant. Basically, he like killed several women, and then the police went to raid him in his junkyard that he worked at or
Okay.
something, and they shot him a bunch, and he died. And then to make sure he was dead, because he was super tall, he's like a giant,
Right.
And he like had control issues because tall people. And then they always have control issues. I don't know why. Sorry, tall people, you do. And then to make sure he was dead, like the SWAT team like shot him in the forehead.
Okay.
And that's why
With
he looks
what?
like
A shotgun?
Yeah, I know.
or
but he's supposed to be like
or with a flamethrower?
riddled with bullet holes and like exiled for being a giant. And I was like, there's so much crossover in these ghosts as well.
Oh,
where
yeah.
it's like there are several people where it's like you're too big. Like their thing was like you're big.
Well,
you're
that's why
big,
they
you're
like
small,
company.
You're small. You're right. You're tall too.
Right?
Let's be friends.
You're big, you're
Right.
fat, you're tiny, you're little. Yeah.
You're a child.
Yeah. You're a man-child. Right?
Right. So the Juggernaut kills people. Pretty interesting. Like one guy, he just pulls into a car and then like he just explodes blood everywhere. One guy like pulls into a trunk and snaps him in half.
Mm-hmm.
And then other people, he just kind of like he just throws other people.
Yeah.
Which like they're fine. Like they lived because they
Yeah.
were just like ow, and rolled in the mud. And then one guy is like trying to run away, but he accidentally runs in this glass cage with incantations all around it, and is like,
Which I'm
"What?"
like, is that your first day?
Yeah.
you
I was like,
probably
"Did you
shouldn't
miss
go in
that?"
there.
And so then the ghost goes in there and it captures him and the doors close and the guy's like killing him all over the place. And then we find out though that
Two in the box, ready to go. They be fast and we be slow. On Ghostbusters 2. Sorry.
I was like, what's happening?
Because they trap him.
Yeah.
Basically, they're giant Ghostbuster traps
Oh,
with incantations.
They are. What do they call them? Containment. No,
Containment units.
containment units.
Yeah.
That's not really technical.
They're basically the vitrines from Guardians of the Galaxy.
True.
With incantations on them, you know?
I'm just going to go and scratch those in. And then that threw me for a loop. Okay.
So then we see that, we forgot to establish there is two other ghost hunters that just show up on the scene, aside from Cyrus and Matthew Lillard.
And they're like,
Matthew Lillard's name is Dennis.
Yeah, they're
right?
like the PETA of ghost hunting.
Right? Free
Doesn't
all
that
ghost
happen?
souls!
Oh, they do say that in the film.
Yeah. Yeah, she goes, these souls, what right do you have to capture these souls? Yeah. It was like, what right does anybody have to be dealing with ghosts?
I was like, it's just ghosts.
Pretty sure they didn't write any ghost laws yet.
Yeah.
Or else all these movies wouldn't have their own laws.
Be like, ooh.
Yeah.
Whoops. And then...
What right do you have to capture these ghosts?
So the ghost lady, PETA lady, her partner dies.
Right.
And Cyrus also dies. But does he?
No. I mean, spoiler alert, but no.
He faked his death.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then why does he still have the death makeup on?
You jumped way ahead, but I mean, it's on my notes, clear as day. I think I even wrote it in capitals to
I was like,
enunciate how shouting I was at the screen.
I thought he was dead. We'll get there. Okay,
yeah.
So right now we think Cyrus is dead. Everyone's like, what? Weird. Then it flashes over to movie 2, but it still ties back into movie 1.
Right.
But then we get this like scene of like voiceovers from a husband and a wife, and there's like 2 kids playing in the yard, and it's like a teenage girl and like a maybe 11-year-old or 8-year-old boy, which is like, haha, I love you so much, brother. You're my favorite little brother ever. And he's like, sister, we're having fun. Like the most fake dialogue between siblings ever. More realistic would be like, I hate you. Like, and running away while the other
I was
one
an only child for 15 years till you showed up.
Right. But then like one of them chasing the other one with like a shovel or like a hose and spraying at him. Like,
shovel?
Yeah, my siblings were rough.
Kill them.
Oh, I got chased with a knife.
Oh.
No, my brother doesn't listen. Okay.
Wait. Damn it. I did the chasing.
See? Okay. I knew you.
Okay,
I
didn't chase with the knife. I literally got pissed off one time at my sister, right? We were in the pool and she like dunked me or something.
So you pulled a knife
Yep, right in the pool. Like, I got out of the pool and went up into my kitchen and, like, got a knife and, like, was stood at the front porch being like, I'm gonna get you, right? And then my neighbor saw me and, like, called my mom. And I was like, I was just joking. Like, what, was I gonna stab her in the water? Come on, man.
My brother once chased me and my friend around the house with a knife as a joke, but we were legitimately terrified because my brother was like...
yeah, I'm sure my sister was too.
My brother was like...
I wasn't gonna do
an insane middle child. He's cool now. Like, he's my best friend now. But then, simultaneously, my brother and my sister fought a lot, and one time he stabbed her in the back with a pencil. And the lead, like, stuck in her back. I was like, this is funny. But I was always the instigator, so that was my problem.
Right.
They fought, but I was sitting there like... I bet you can't make the other one bleed. Like poking
I'll show you.
So it's like already established, like a super fake sibling relationship.
Yes.
And then we have like the husband and wife talking, and they're establishing how
they're
happy
laughing,
and
they're joking,
like,
and this is all the title sequence, by the way.
Yeah, it's slowly like panning around a room.
It's a full 360 of a room that is morphing and changing as you're hearing voiceovers of what happened to make this room change. Like visually?
Yeah. Well, so it goes from a room in a house to a room in an apartment. Is like start to finish. And along the way, there's a fire. The wife is caught in the house in the fire, dies later in the hospital.
How did she die? Okay, from this voiceover, how do you think she died? Because I'm still a bit confused.
So she was in the house whenever there was the fire, and half of her body got burned. But you need, 2/3 of your body or 3/4 of your body has to be burned for you to die from a fire. But smoke inhalation is actually probably what killed her.
Okay, so basically...
Or CO2 poisoning. Or is it CO2? Carbon dioxide. Yeah.
Right. I guess so. But I guess what I'm asking is, in the voiceover, he's like, oh my God, there's a fire. And she's like, where are the kids? He's like, I'll get the kids. And she's like, okay. And then just stays in the house.
Yeah,
or something. And then you hear, where's mom? And he's like, oh my God, she's still inside.
But she's also
Why is she still inside?
She keeps yelling for him to
Right?
get the kids, but she also is like, ow! Like, you hear her like, it's hot! Like, where is she that you can hear all of this? And it sounds like it's just kind of like there's a fire at the front door, and she's like, go on without me. And he's like, I'm next to the garden hose.
Well, it's basically,
I mean, spray it off.
the burns on her face are basically the same thing that happened in Two-Face in
Yeah.
Dark Knight Returns.
It's very much like,
Where's Rachel?
yeah, it's very,
Oh my God, she's still inside.
where are they?
We're the den leaders.
But then, God, I forgot all about that. I used to say, where are they? All the time. Where is she?
Where is she?
He's so angry. That's the only good Batman, though. That's a lie. There are a lot of good ones. But, yeah, it just sounds like they never really... Like, they wanted to establish that she died in a fire through, like, side dialogue and not actually showing it. But then, like, her makeup definitely looks like she casually got burned on certain parts, but not the other. Like, there's no, like, blending of the burning.
No, that's
Which I
what I
would
mean.
expect.
She looked like Two-Face.
Yeah.
She literally looked like
Which is why I
Two-Face.
was like, yeah, she probably died from, like, CO2 poisoning and stuff. Because she
Right.
had no air. Or
yeah, I
ash
didn't
got
really
in her
mean,
lungs,
like,
but,
how did she die?
Okay, I was like, well, in a fire.
No, I meant, like, how did this happen?
Yeah.
Because, like, he clearly, you can hear him be like, I'll get the kids. And she's like, okay. And then,
Yeah.
like, then you hear the kids being like, where's mom? She's still inside. Well, what did she do?
Yeah.
When, well,
She was like, well, let me get the things.
yeah, right?
I'll get the go bag.
Yeah.
Like, no, get out of the house.
Yeah, right. Let me get this picture of myself. It's
Ooh.
already a little burned.
Also, fun fact for everyone out there:
Uh-huh.
if you leave your door closed and during a fire, it's actually safer. So don't open your doors when there's a fire.
Yeah, just
leave
stay
your
in
door
there.
closed.
See that she
Yeah.
was following this rule and just stayed in that room.
No, but I think she
and
opened
burned.
the door and died.
Oh, like for a second,
Yeah.
like ah,
Oh, it's hot.
oh,
Like when
yeah,
you open the
it's
oven and you're
hot.
like, God, I don't have eyebrows anymore.
Okay,
Then
so,
we end up at an apartment, and everything's
Yes.
gone to shit for this math teacher and his two kids. That they now have a babysitter who is essentially just it's that trope of the late 90s, early 2000s of how do we shoehorn in
A
one
sassy black
African
woman?
American? Yeah,
that will say what the audience is thinking.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah,
Um,
but she doesn't go as over the top until actually the last line of the movie.
the very last line when I was like, pretty sure they should all be dead right now.
Yeah. Okay.
Um,
So, yeah, a lawyer comes to their door, knocking.
Oh well, I also just hate Bobby. Sorry, I just wanted to say that. 'cause
Bobby?
he's- Bobby, the
Oh, the
little
kid?
He's like,
Obsessed
a
with
man
death.
was found beheaded. She's like, beheaded, Bobby. Like,
Right?
he's so irritating.
Keep reading those death novels.
Right?
Yeah, he's, but like, it's the same thing. Bobby and the daughter, which I forgot her name. It's Shannon Elizabeth.
Yeah.
From American Pie. And basically, from there, they, how do I put it? They both come off as characters that are so one note.
Yeah.
Right? Where Bobby's just like, I'm an annoying little boy. And
I just want a bathroom.
yeah. Oh, yeah, that's her thing.
Doofus smile.
What an amazing house.
Yeah.
Right? That's her thing. Everything's amazing about
And
this house.
A bedroom. Another bedroom. More bedrooms. It's like, God, overacting.
Right? Oh, and she's got this. All right. So she was beautiful in my mind. I mean, she still is beautiful.
She
I
was
mean,
beautiful.
Just like, I
Didn't
just mean,
age gracefully.
Okay.
Like,
no,
whoa,
that's not what I meant. Okay. So when I saw her in American Pie back in 99, right? So, which was only 2 years before this movie.
Yeah.
Right? It was like, oh my God, it's like gorgeous girl who gets naked in American Pie and then
Yeah.
Jim blows his load. You know, that's what she's famous for. Right? But then when they give her more lines that aren't the like Czechoslovakian Nadia lines from
Yeah.
American Pie, and she gets to like basically be an American, she's like, yuck, like
Yeah.
goofy,
She's
like
very...
awkward.
Yeah, she's kind of she's like always in this happy state
Mm-hmm.
that's like over happy.
Right.
Which no one really ever is.
But it makes her like come off as like crazy eyes unattractive to me.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
she seems batshit.
Yeah.
Well, she also just kind of throws water on her face too much. Like, that's bad for your skin.
Well, she threw water on her face so much that the ghost was like, "How about some blood instead?"
Take this blood.
Okay. So,
Lawyer shows up, plays him a video from his dead uncle, and the dead uncle's like, "Yo, I'm giving you a house, so here
yeah,
you go."
but nobody seems to question the odd wallpaper choice for the desktop that plays. I mean, on the laptop that plays this video. It's literally got like zombie skulls and like screaming faces and like hieroglyphics.
Glyphics.
Hieroglyphics all over the place, right? And I'm like, does anybody see what's behind? Like, because either I'm questioning the lawyer, being like, "Is this your laptop?"
Yeah.
Because that's a little weird, buddy. Or being like, "Uncle Cyrus, you're a freaking weirdo."
The lawyer later went on to play Dad in Teen Wolf.
The show, right? Not the movie.
The TV show.
Oh, yeah, I'm like, because the movie was like
Ardent.
yeah,
He's so
in
cool.
'85. So
He's a really hot dad too. He aged beautifully. Sorry,
oh.
I was like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah. Tangent.
Right?
Okay, so
Movie tangent.
basically, in a video created by Uncle Cyrus, right? He's like, "I have bestowed my greatest creation to you, which is this glass house that I live in," and they're like,
3 hours north.
"Yeah, right." So now they are the owners of a new house, which
And instead of going to work, they immediately leave for this house.
yeah, He was getting ready for work, right?
lawyer's
And they
like-
were gonna go to school.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I don't know. So,
And they do this weird thing where, like, Bobby leaves his, like, scooter on the ground and the dad trips on it and gets really pissed. And you think that's going to come back later because Bobby still has the scooter. Never does. No one
No.
cares about it.
Well, neither does Bobby's obsession with the dead, really.
Yeah.
No.
It.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, and where did the kids go during
I
this?
mean, you'd at least think like maybe Bobby would see the torso and be like, decapriated.
I was like, jeez.
Nothing.
No.
Yeah.
So they go to the house with the creepy key. Matthew Lillard is there.
it's some
He's pretending
weird-
to be an electrician.
Okay. with a suit that just says power and light.
Yeah.
Like that's the name of the business.
I was like,
nobody's
maybe.
questioning this?
Yeah.
Like they question a little bit, but not to the point of being like, dude, that's not even the power company around here
Yeah.
or anything. Like power and light. Come on, try a little harder.
there's also a great line where the lawyer's like, "Oh, is this your wife?" And she's like, "Oh, I'm not the wife." And then the kid, Bobby, just goes, "Our mom got burnt to death in a fire." And I was
Right.
like, all right, cool. He's accepted that and moved on.
Yeah.
So casual, like dealing with death. He's like, it's okay.
Yeah. So, they put the key into the hole of the glass house,
Yes.
right? And immediately it starts like grinding
house
its
comes to
gears
life,
and
yeah.
right, and the keyhole itself has you can see all the Latin writing on all the glass, and on the keyhole has hieroglyph. Why can't I say this word?
Hieroglyphics.
Thank you. And nobody's questioning it.
Yeah.
Like, this is a weird thing for me in a lot of movies where
They accept it.
well, it almost seems like it's the same thing as like in zombie movies, they don't live in a world where zombie movies exist,
Yeah.
you know? And it's the same thing here where it's like they don't live in a world where like creepy mansions exist that you probably shouldn't go in.
Well, my thing is like, how many movies can someone just inherit a mansion? Like, that's such a
Oh, yeah.
ghost setup to where it's like, and I know you have to get into a house by moving into it. I
Right.
get that. But it's so common to where it's like, I just want someone to exist in a house and then a ghost starts attacking. Which I guess kind of is the premise of
There's a lot of movies like that.
yeah.
Poltergeist. And,
Paranormal Activity.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that one followed her around all the time.
Yeah. Well, it kind of
Spoiler.
lay dormant for a few years. Okay. If you haven't seen,
Well, basically, if you haven't seen most of the shit that we talk about, like, I mean, why are you
sorry.
listening to
Yeah,
this?
it's a
Watch some
movie
movies.
podcast.
You clearly aren't a fan of movies. So, okay.
they enter the house and see a samurai outfit. by the way, this never comes back up again.
Nope, nor that does the little samurai sword. All the stuff he collects does not come back into all, because like
Well,
those
he does
collections,
collect ghosts.
those
come back.
collections
Those are
don't
major
matter.
part.
Yeah, but we enter a glass house, which I'm like, why does that have to be glass? Also, couldn't you write the incantation on? I don't know.
Well, the
a
glass
wall?
is unbreakable, and
Well, so is other things like steel.
yeah, but then you can't like see everywhere. Plus, it's harder to move like plates of steel
Well,
than it is to move
what?
plates
So
of
that he
glass,
can put on the ghost glasses and actually see them and observe them?
I guess, and he can watch them go
Probably.
through other places.
No, but they're not supposed to go through.
Well, not go through other, but he can watch them. He can watch them move around
In the basement?
while in the
Like-
house.
Like, he can look at
Well,
the floor
if
and...
like the machine's activating, then he like as it's moving around, he can see where the ghosts are.
I guess.
But also, if the library is completely surrounded and safe, just like sit in the library. You don't even need to see them.
Right. I don't think he would
Yeah.
want to see them. I don't know. Okay, but okay, we haven't really established, we were saying see them, right?
The ghosts.
But we haven't established ghost glasses yet.
Well, yeah, because we don't get to ghost glasses.
Well, he's wearing them in the first scene. We just didn't talk about it.
yeah, the ghost glasses are basically fancy lab goggles with 2 LED lights on each side. They're really not that impressive.
But meaning what they do,
Oh,
right?
they let
Because
you
they're
see
the whole
ghosts.
plot device,
Yeah.
basically, of the whole movie,
Yeah.
right? Is like you wear these, they don't even look like they look like safety goggles that you wear
Yeah.
when you're like cutting wood.
yeah,
right?
that's real.
And what they are is basically giving you the ability to see the ghosts that are in the room,
Mm-hmm.
right? And everybody seems to have them.
Well, the lawyer had his own.
Right, that's what I mean. It's like the lawyer has them.
Matthew Lillard
has them. They're in every room
Ghost
of the
Hunter
house.
has them. Well, I think that was kind of a plot of like, I want you to see these things.
What?
So
you as the audience, you mean?
Well, the people that his family.
Do you think he wanted them? Oh, yeah, that's right. He does. Because he wants them to sacrifice. Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess so. It's so convoluted.
It is.
Like,
Yeah.
okay, yeah.
So then, like, they go over things. The
Especially 'cause-
lawyer.
oh my God! Wait, hold on. His whole plot. Okay, well, we're just gonna go for it. Uncle Cyrus's whole plot here is basically to get this family into the house, right, and then have the children become in jeopardy, right?
I don't think the children in jeopardy was originally part of the plan because he
No?
had to tell.
So what was his plan actually? To have him want his wife be released from capture as a ghost?
Maybe.
And the
I
only
think he
way
just
he was
needed
going
someone-
to do that?
He just needed someone to die in the act. I don't think it had to be a sacrifice at all. I think it just had to be someone that
It
died
had to be an
while
act
there.
of love.
Yes.
So what? That means that he would have had to sacrifice himself as an act of love.
Yes.
That was the whole.
Oh.
Yeah. Should we just wait? I don't.
Yeah, we'll get there. I don't know. So, like, the lawyer and the dad go into the library because he's like, we got to sign some papers. They talk there, but it's really not important. I was like,
No.
And
No,
then
it's not.
he tells, like, the kids and the babysitter to not run off. They do. They go searching.
I'll
And
be right back.
then the lawyer's like, I got to go to the basement.
Right.
I don't know what his excuse was for that. So he goes to the basement.
No, he wants to get the money that's left.
Well, yeah,
in
but I
the
don't remember what he
machine room.
tells
Oh yeah,
the
okay.
dad. So he like puts on his ghost goggles, is walking through the basement, looking at all like the different ghosts, and he's like, "What's up, uglies?" Like poking fun at them.
Yeah.
And then as he picks up this briefcase full of money, the machine starts up, and it starts releasing a ghost. And the first one that's released is like the fully naked lady with big boobs.
Mm-hmm.
So he was like, "You're hideous" or something. Like he said something mean to her, and then she starts following him around.
Right.
And
Let's
he
face it, you know Sharon Stone.
does the hand thing. I always do that with my hands because of that. Let's face it, your mother was no Sharon Stone. I was like, oh. So then the lawyer, like, the creepy naked lady is like following him with her knife, and he's
Right.
like, "Whoa, no!" And the house shifts, and these glass doors like close on him.
You forgot about the money though.
Well, yeah, he has a briefcase.
Well,
full
that's
of money.
important because the money is what activates the actual machine.
Yeah,
Like,
he picks his briefcase up and
right.
activates the machine.
Yeah, well, it's
full
kind
of money.
right? But
I mean, it never comes back to it.
But no, it does, because basically putting the key in the hole, like, starts it, like, powers the house up, but, like,
It was basically just a trigger.
Right, it was a trigger to basically be like, yes, they're in the house,
Yeah.
the thing has been accomplished, and now the trick, like, because the ghosts probably weren't going to be released unless this briefcase was taken off of the, so he didn't come in contact with the naked ghost until after this, right?
He picks up the briefcase, the house starts going on lockdown,
Right.
and he's not aware because like the whole house starts moving around him and he's just like doo doo doo, gotta get out now.
Right.
And then like the booby ghost, she starts following him and he's like, I'm sorry, and then like these glass doors close on him so hard that it just cuts him perfectly in
Awesome
half.
kill.
And but he slides down it like you would slide down a wall
Sure.
if you fully had your skeleton, but he's cut like perfectly in half, like side to side. So it's like his front side is cut in half, and then he's got a back side. The back side still stands up, but his front side like slides down. But it wouldn't slide down the way he did because you're a body cut in half. You would most likely like peel forward like a piece of paper.
Right.
Like, whoop.
Which would have been that would have been a cool effect too.
Yeah.
Like either way.
So with this movie, okay,
Yeah.
so beautiful practical effects.
Yeah.
They're pretty good. They're really good. But then there are moments where it's just terrible, terrible CGI. Green screen CGI. It's bad.
It's mostly with like the mechanic room, like
Yeah.
that whole thing, like
And
the
at one
spinning
point-
gear room.
You see the dad, you see Arthur, you see like a back shot of him that you can clearly see like that white outline of like this was edited.
halo?
Yeah. I was
Yeah.
like, oh God, it's so bad.
Yeah. So this was a really awesome like kill for the lawyer.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, while this is going on, Dennis went downstairs to try to find the money that Cyrus owed him,
Yeah.
and found out that this is where all the ghosts were.
And he starts yelling about them being.
Huh?
Did you catch that? When
No,
he was like,
what?
he's like, you gotta get out of here. He's like, they're full of ghosts. They're full of.
What?
You're not gonna get it.
No, I'm not.
They're wraiths.
Oh, that's right. Oh, yes. Okay, wait. I have it.
He's like
Hold on.
yelling at Arthur.
He goes, all right, this one upset me because he goes, I used to hunt displaced spiritual enemies with your entities with your uncle. And he goes, what? And he goes, PKA agents, remnants, wraiths.
Wraiths. I was like,
It's a wraith.
But so, oh shit.
A ghost, man. It's something and it ain't cool.
Okay, before this though,
But I
'cause
was
this
just
was in
like,
there in
why
the
can't
library,
you just
right?
say fucking ghost?
Right?
Like, you know that you're on a time crunch here. Like,
All the
just
technical
say
terms.
ghost.
Right?
Right? But everybody does this because the woman introduces herself later as like a spiritual release
hold
agent
on.
or something.
Because I just realized we jumped super far ahead, and that's because of my notes.
Yeah.
We didn't. Okay, so babysitter and child, they're playing, but then he runs off and he goes into the basement with his scooter and his microphone. And it's like his mom's giving him warnings, but then another ghost is like, come here, little boy, come play with me.
Right. And the mom's like, don't do it.
Yeah, but he's like, you're dead, I don't care.
Right.
Like, can't control me now.
Right.
And then, meanwhile, so this is after the lawyer has been killed.
Right.
So the daughter's upstairs. She's in this bedroom, and she's like, "This is gonna be my room," with her
Yeah.
like larger
This
than her
is
face smile.
amazing.
And she does like a slow mo fall onto the bed, and it's like like it's like a really good tampon commercial. Like that's all. Like, kind of reminded me of that. And then she
Right.
also does the thing where she splashes water on her face,
Well,
like a face wash commercial.
Meanwhile, even the parts where it's like we need privacy glass in a glass house,
There isn't.
like it's that frosted cubes that people use, those frosted bricks that people
Yeah.
used to have. And I'm just like, couldn't you just have had a normal wall right,
Right.
there? Like, because even the floor is the frosted bricks in this bathroom.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? Like,
Well, here's another problem with
it's
the
just
entire house.
overboard.
So they barely talk about the writing on the wall until later in the film.
Yeah, why would you not question that immediately?
Yeah, no,
Like,
they
he
don't
just
question
goes,
it till later.
Latin.
And then no one talks
I'm
about
like, well,
like
clearly you recognize it's Latin.
no one talks about all the machinery in the goddamn house. there's so much machinery and gears.
Things
and
are like
cogs.
clanking, like click, 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 click,
And
click,
no,
click, click.
like even before that, like the machine turns on, they're just kind of like, "This is a glass house." Like they don't bring it up at all.
Sounds like the compressor's kicking in downstairs.
I was like, "All right."
What?
So the
It's an old
daughter.
furnace, Kevin.
So the daughter,
You're welcome. Home Alone.
she's in the bathroom, and she is like looking in the mirror, playing with herself.
Right.
Not playing with herself, but yeah. And then you like pan over to some glasses sitting on a counter.
And the camera pushes through the glasses so that you know that you're at the point of view of the glasses, and the whole room's covered in blood.
Yeah. So this is part of the backstory for this ghost.
She died in the glass house.
She didn't though. That's
I know.
the stupidest thing. So this ghost, she was obsessed with looking beautiful. So she worked at a. This is legit her story. It's so stupid. She worked as an assistant at a plastic surgeon, and
like,
instead of getting paid, she
I
got
was like, she
plastic
worked at a
surgery.
Sephora.
Right? No, instead of getting paid, she got free plastic surgery.
Well, okay.
But
So how did she like pay her bills?
I don't know, right? Maybe I think she might have been sleeping with the
But she
surgeon.
also liked to carry around a knife for no reason.
Well, no. So she one night was at the plastic surgeon later than everyone else and decided to do plastic surgery on herself.
Why? It's free.
But she messed up. I
This
know.
doesn't make any sense.
But she messed up and like blew out one of her eyes or something, and like she became ugly. But then, then she went into a bathtub and like cut herself all over, which is why she's naked and has cuts all over to kill herself.
Contradicting every work that's been done.
Yeah. So then she writes, "I'm sorry" in blood on the bathroom floor.
To who?
The surgeon? I don't really know.
Yeah, right. I fucked up your work.
But then and then it like in this biography thing, it said that like people said she was still as beautiful in death as she was in life, and I was like, but they just said that she disfigured herself by giving herself plastic surgery. What? You're all right?
Well, it's one of those like eulogies that is like so far from the truth that people say he was a kind man, kinder than he ever was in life.
Beat
Wait,
animals.
what?
What are you talking about?
She was just as beautiful in death as she was in life.
She had a hunchback.
In what way? Like if I never saw her?
Yeah.
Like,
But like and she has horribly fake boobs. But I think it's just fake. So
well, it's for the because that actress she's gone on to play a lot of stuff. Actually, I did happen to look her up. What's it? I have it here. I'm so sorry.
It's so there are too many ghosts.
There are too many ghosts. There's too many. It's at literally like 12.
And one doesn't actually. She's the angry princess.
She's the angry princess?
Yeah.
Okay, Shauna Lawyer is her name.
She's been in 3 things.
Oh, wait. Then I looked up the wrong person.
Who did you look?
I looked up The Bound Woman.
Oh, the Bound Woman. That's the one we see the least of. We just see her shaking.
No, we actually the least one is the torso. Because we see her shake at least twice.
We see
the
her
torso
shake twice. We see
is
the
like,
torso.
Hey!
Yeah. And we see the head off to the side scream.
Right.
This is all stuff that the kid sees in the basement.
We see a lot of like we're gonna jump around because like this movie then goes into crazy mode so quickly.
The torso guy though, he had a gambling addiction, tried to skip a town, and then the mafia got him, and they
shrink wrapped him
and cut his head off. So like you see his head off to the side, or they cut him up. Cut his head off. You see his head off to the side screaming once, and then you see his torso crawling everywhere. But it was actually like a double amputee. They got to play that role.
I love. Okay, so I love the effect here. I love the whole thing about it. But in what should have been like visually the coolest ghost, like is used the least.
Well, I think they could have used a lot
maybe because
more
like
ghost in
everybody
different
else.
ways.
What? I'm sorry.
They
I
could have
talked
used
over you.
a lot more ghost in different ways.
Oh yeah.
They didn't though. They
No.
relied on maybe 4 or 5 ghosts.
Yeah. And they were like, we'll use the ones that can run after you.
Yeah.
Right? And the rest are just kind of like
Stare at you.
right? like,
And, like,
hi, I'm Indian boy. Right? What's scary about you? Well, nothing,
Right.
because the arrow's actually in my head
but he's
and
got
I
a
can't
tiny
take it out.
tomahawk.
Yeah, but that's a toy.
Yeah. I think it's a real thing.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
right. And then they're like, let's use the fat baby man from Seven.
Yeah. That story's also stupid.
What is that one?
That one, there was a... Sorry.
I mean, they look
There was
stupid.
a carnival
So,
woman, because I don't think carny's appropriate in this day and age.
well, you
Who
said
knows?
it.
I know. It's like, I still did it. But she was raped by the tall man in...
The Juggernaut?
No, just at the circus.
Oh, another
Yeah.
tall man,
She
because
was-
you've already
yeah.
established tall men
So
have
she
control
was
issues.
raped by the tall man, and she gave birth to this...
To a normal-sized person.
Well, to a fat person.
Right. Oh,
Well-
that's how it evens out.
Yeah, so she gave birth, and then she, like, babied him, and she constantly fed him. And it was supposed to be that she was killed by, like, a mob or something, and then he
Not the mob, just a mob.
ate, like, a mob of angry people.
Yeah, well,
And then-
because of the other one.
And then he starved, but then the alternate story was that he rolled over on top of his mom and smothered her, but then he starved to death because she fed him.
That's
Which I think was
stupid.
also stupid and hilarious.
That's
They're
so-
not good ghost stories. Like the kid with the arrow in his head, it's like his next door neighbor and him were playing, and he
I
found
read
a
this
silver
one,
tipped arrow.
like Cowboys and Indians, but
Yeah.
he had a fake gun, but his neighbor had
Had a real arrow and shot him in the back of the head.
the back of the head. So wait, like, did they take 3 paces and the Indian boy didn't
I know.
turn?
I was like, ooh. It would have been better if I like went through the front and there was like just constantly an apple balancing on his head as a ghost. Even when he's like
Well,
sideways
because
poking out of the wall.
These ghosts get props.
Yeah.
They that's what you were saying. Like the plastic surgeon girl is always carrying around a knife.
That's the knife
like
she killed herself
gets
with.
right, but she gets a prop.
Yeah.
Like,
But then the fat guy has an axe. And I don't know why he had
why
an axe.
does he have an axe?
Yeah.
Right. And why is she like still feeding him?
After he's thrown it all up.
Right.
Jeez.
Yeah. I don't get it.
Yeah. No, the ghost stories don't make sense. They just don't.
So little by little, the machine lets each one of them out of their box.
What is the machine's pacing? Because it sometimes is like we release 5 in 10 minutes, and then the other one is like we released 1 every hour.
Right, and it's literally releasing them in an order that only drives the plot into more suspense. That's like it literally is like it's not scary enough yet. Let's release
Add 3 more ghosts,
let's release train state.
and the house will also constantly shift and like make new pathways. But it turns out
Which
the
is
entire time you
also-
could just lift up the floor.
Yeah, which is also unnecessary.
Yeah.
Like, because it's not like they ever are like, oh my God, we're lost. I thought we could go this way. Like, what's the point? Especially because I'm glad we come right back around to it. Is like I don't understand Cyrus's like plan for
Yeah.
them if he's going to release these ghosts like in these intervals.
Yeah.
Like he built the damn thing. Like I don't get it.
Makes 0 sense.
I don't understand. And okay, so Dennis has back to it. Dennis has revealed himself to be a psychic,
Yeah.
and he is now trying to help them. Why? Because the father touched him, and he realizes that the father is related to this entire situation more than just Uncle Cyrus.
But as he does this, he like falls to the floor and
Mm-hmm.
starts like drooling. But then he just goes ahead and spits on the floor.
yeah,
And I was like, that's pretty rude. That's not your house. He's just like, ugh,
somebody give me some Windex.
right? He's kind of gross. So then
She makes a Windex joke, or no, I'm not doing Windows.
Yeah.
Not doing Windows here.
I don't- They were like, she's a babysitter. She's like a really, really basic nanny. Like all she does is hang out with the family. She doesn't even cook. They mentioned that she's got bad cooking. She doesn't want to clean. I was like, why did
She's
you
there
pick
just to
her?
be like, God damn. Yeah, he gets it.
Stereotype.
God damn.
And so they make this plan to find the kids.
Right.
And-
Which have both. Okay, wait. The one kid has gone missing. Bobby.
Yes.
Bobby's gone missing because he saw his own mother, like, she gets to carry around an IV drip look bag.
But what's funny is she's the 4th ghost.
She is the 4th.
Yeah, and IV is 4 in Roman numerals.
Oh, Jesus.
Isn't that really stupid?
Was that one of those IMDb,
Yeah, it was an IMDb
fan
thing.
stretching?
I was like,
It's
okay.
a fan stretch.
Fan stretch.
So
yeah, you see the
I was
boy.
like, that goddamn stupid.
I hated it too. I was like,
I would have loved it if that was part of the ghost story.
right.
Right? She required an IV bag because she knew she would be the fourth ghost one day.
But she. Yeah,
okay,
so we see the little boy for the rest of the film, none.
Yeah, she's like, don't. And he turns around and he sees the ghost of Uncle Cyrus.
Does he?
Yes. So the mother's like, no, don't. And then he turns
I thought he saw
and
the
sees
ghost.
Cyrus. Yes.
I thought he
right?
saw a different ghost.
No.
I'll take your word for
well,
it.
Well, actually, it's like he sees her, the little Indian boy, I think, and then turns and Cyrus reaches out to him, and then the tape recorder drops, and you don't see him for the rest of the thing.
Yeah.
So you're like, oh shit, Cyrus is here, and he's a ghost too, right?
Yeah.
And then
His
they go
glasses
looking.
fall.
Right. Yeah, because he had
But
a pair
he takes
of glasses.
the scooter with him. Where did the scooter? I don't remember the scooter ever coming up again, but he was riding it around in the basement.
He was.
Scooter's gone.
And then they go looking for her, and this is when
Yeah, the daughter's somehow in the basement again.
no, they all are now. So they split up into pairs of two. It's Dennis and the nanny,
Yeah.
and dad and daughter, right?
No.
And this is where
yeah, so
and
we're-
this is where Dennis sees the jackal's cage and is like, that's the symbol for the jackal. He's like, we got to get at her. That's not good.
Yeah.
Right? And then it cuts over to daughter and dad, and that's when she finally puts on the glasses,
Yeah.
and it's that iconic moment where it's like Jackal was right in front of them, because they've also established in the scene with Dennis and the nanny
Ghosts
where he's
love
like,
to spook ya.
yeah, they love to do that. It's like, do they? Are they literally like in like ready position at the door at all
He's about
times?
to put his
Here
glasses
comes-
on.
Hey, yo,
Shh,
yo,
watch
shh,
this, watch this.
Somebody's
Shh, get
somebody's
quiet, get
coming.
quiet.
Somebody's coming.
Ah! It's like, no.
Right, let me take my train stake out of my body real quick
Right.
and smash that, and sparks are gonna happen against the glass.
So as they're leaving the library,
Hope that spell doesn't hold.
the nanny
Too
spell.
stupid.
Jeez.
Right.
The nanny goes, "Did the lawyer split?" Which I was like, really stupid, self-aware joke, but I
yeah.
loved it. And
Okay.
then we also get more ghost laws, like ghosts can't pass through these passages. One of them's
Right.
the Lord's Prayer. It literally is. They just written it,
Is it
and it's like
really?
invisible ink on the floor.
Some of it's invisible, some of it's visible.
Yeah.
That's weird. Where they're like, oh my god, these are like extra super special boundary spells.
Yeah.
Right? That like are ghost ridden because you can only see them with ghost glasses?
Yeah.
I don't know. So she
They-
puts on the glasses, and the jackal, which
Jackal?
you have
Jackal.
not told us the story of the jackal
Is
yet.
it a jackal?
The jackal.
Is it a jackal?
Jackal.
It's from an episode of Family Guy. It's an old one, so it was good. Oh, the jackal. He was crazy.
It looks like a woman. I thought it looked like a
The
woman.
jackal is crazy because you don't know the sex, apparently. And they kept trying to tie the jackal up and put it in a straitjacket, but the jackal kept getting like worse and meaner in its life, and it started biting people or something. And so eventually they put a cage over it and they put it in like isolation, and it didn't see humans for so long that eventually it hated humans. And then there was a fire in the penitentiary that it was stored at, and they think that the jackal was able to tear its cage open because the fire weakened the metal before it died, and that's why its face is open
But how did it die?
in a fire.
Just like the wife, but it's not burnt?
Yeah, exactly.
This shit is...
Ghost rules.
No, because it'd be scarier if he was just like he was in real life,
Yeah.
right? Because that's the thing is, like, I don't see any bodily injury to the jackal at all.
No. And it mentioned that like they would tighten his straitjacket so tight that it eventually started to contort him.
Which would have been cool to see if he kind of, like,
But it's-
crawled around more like that.
It's literally just like long sleeves. Like, you know that monster from Monsters Inc. that run like whenever they're doing the scare floor intro in Monsters
Yeah.
Inc. There's that one ghost with long spaghetti arms that walks in going
Yeah.
and like waving its arms in front of him. That to me was just like what the jackal was. Because it's just got like long sleeves, like I'm gonna get you.
It's wacky waving
Yeah.
inflatable arm
But
tube
somehow
jackal.
it's able to scratch people even though its arms are in sleeves. I don't know if it like rolled its sleeves up real quick.
Yeah, it likes to scratch people, and it likes to like sexually reveal certain parts of their body.
Oh, the daughter's boobies were out almost. I thought it was gonna like scratch like the middle part of the bra, and it was just gonna be like, boing.
Right?
And I was gonna be like, her dad is about to see her boobs.
Yeah,
it's gonna be so
almost
awkward.
as if they were like, "Well, people expect your boobs, Shannon."
Yeah.
Like, it's already been established.
See, the
You've got boobs.
other ghost, she's got cuts on her boobs, so he still needs some human boobs.
Yeah, we get. I
It's
mean,
a bit weird to just have like.
the
only ghost
pedophiliacs,
boobs.
they're
Yeah.
already covered, but we need human sexual attraction as well.
By the way, you're 18 in this scenario. I hope. Like,
I think it's
Jeez.
fantastic.
God, her over.
So the jackal's scratching her up. He's pushing her up against the wall, so she's like floating in air.
Yeah. The dad's
And-
like, I can't see what's happening. And
Right.
he's pulling on her.
And this is the thing for me because it just happens too much. It's okay to still kind of do it here because not everybody's wearing the glasses. As soon as everybody is like on board and is wearing the glasses, do we need to continually like cut like
Oh, I
between
hated it.
between being
Seeing
like
ghosts and
you can
not
see the
seeing
ghost,
ghosts?
you can not
Yeah.
see the ghost. Yeah, it's like we get it. You've
Yeah.
pushed the concept hard enough. We got it. But they do it even in the circle meeting at the end, like the group
It's
meeting.
like flashing in and out of being able to see the
Yeah,
ghost.
flash, 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 flash. I'm like, I get it. Like,
It's
were we supposed to get glasses that never came as an audience? Like, I don't.
That would-
that would have been amazing.
well, see, that's what
honestly.
happened in the original 13 Ghosts.
Yeah.
Is they gave you ghost goggles or ghostovision or something like that.
Ghost of Vision.
Yeah, but it was supposed
I
to
know
be
you're
like
telling the truth, but it's still.
it's something stupid
Stupid.
like that, like ghostomatic vision.
Yeah.
Like, but they
There's 3D glasses or no?
okay, so people called it 3D, but it wasn't. It was basically that you got like a red
Is it
or
like
you got all
stereoscopic?
I don't know. It was
Okay.
like they were all blue, and so the blue made the ghost more visible.
Oh, okay. It's like I know exactly the kind of like tech that you're talking about. It used to be on the back of Jesus. Here we go. Transformers action figures had like this red barcode or something, and when you put the
Yeah.
red on,
It was like
the red
same
glasses,
with the Jumanji board game.
right? The red would go away,
Yeah.
and whatever was actually underneath would show
Yep,
up.
it was basically that, but on film in the
Oh.
original 13 Ghosts.
That would have been awesome.
Right?
Expensive as a marketing
Yeah.
gimmick, but I would have been like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I'm on board." Especially as they kept filming it, like because how they film her, she's like going up a wall and it's invisible. If like I could literally like take them on and off
Yeah.
in the same like scene and like play with it like that, that would have been way cool.
But the other one was made in the 60s or 50s, I think. and
right,
it just
so they
kind of-
did it and then didn't do it years later.
That version is on YouTube, and there isn't much connection to it besides there being ghosts and an uncle and glasses.
And I think one of the other ghosts is related to them in that one too. Like just like the wife is in this.
I don't know. I didn't
Yeah.
read. I started to watch parts of it, but then there was a lion, and I was like, wait, one of the ghosts is a lion, so I just quit. I skipped ahead, like, is it interesting? Because skipping to a movie
13
part-
spirit animals.
Yeah. What's your dark zodiac? Jeez.
Because that's
Because that's also what they are, apparently.
all right.
is
Here we
dark
go.
zodiac.
We're about to get there too.
Oh yeah. So as she's being attacked, the
ghost
lady-
hunter,
Yeah.
right? So her name is not Maggie. Maggie is the
Kalina.
yes, which is a weird name.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Kalina. So Kalina, she busts in with her flare.
Which how did she get in there? How did she
said,
get
like,
in the
she
house?
snuck in before the house closed up, but it was like, how long have you been in there? This house started closing up like 20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
So she just been wandering around quietly. How did no one see her? It's literally a glass house. Also, there's a really stupid joke earlier where it goes, all right, no one throws stones. And I was like,
Oh
yeah, I
that
get
was
it.
dumb.
I was like, you had to make that.
Yeah.
But like she gets in.
Yeah, but also it's like so she was just like conveniently or coincidentally there at the same time as all the other people.
But she could have been hiding in the house because it turns out later we do see her like get ready.
Shit, I totally forgot that she's the secret twist.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she could have been there the whole time, and
Yeah.
like
But
I was asking how does she get there if she was not evil, but I forgot
Yeah.
she's evil, so it doesn't matter at all. Forget that entire line of thinking.
So we see her in her office at one point as well, and she's picking up like tapes and stuff, and one of them says containment. And one of them
Containment spells?
says
Yeah.
drawing spells. And she picked up the one that says drawing. So if you were paying attention, you could actually connect the dots that she's drawing them out with
Right.
that spell, which is basically telling you that she's... Yeah,
children.
it's just a song.
Just on 8.
I'll take thee away into
To
a land of enchantment.
It's called Sex in the City.
Yeah. But yeah, so if you were paying attention, you could tell that she was on Cyrus's side just from that.
Yeah, I guess
But so she comes
But
out.
we weren't paying attention.
She throws she waves the flare at the jackal's face because it's the opposite of a T-Rex, and they drag. I literally just thought of that. I was like, oh, okay. She's like, hurry, grab her legs, drag your daughter, and they're dragging her instead of like, get up and run with us.
Yeah.
Like, that's taking more effort. And maybe the
Right.
daughter couldn't run. I get it. Whatever. So they get far enough away. They start bandaging her up. And he's like, what are you doing here? Who are you? Ah. And they eventually, they crawl out the floor.
Yep.
Arthur almost gets attacked by the blacksmith.
Mm-hmm.
And then they go up into the library because it's got protection spells all around.
Right.
So they also find...
Maggie and Dennis?
Yes.
Yeah.
They get there as well. Do they get? Yeah, they do. Because Dennis gets really pissed at Ghost Hunter Girl, and Ghost Hunter Girl gets mad at Dennis. Dennis reveals that the wife is the fourth ghost.
Right.
And
he
Arthur punches him
realized,
in the face.
Yeah, he punches him in the face. Like, you son of a bitch!
Yeah.
And it's like...
And he's like, I'm trying to help you. And he's like, you've done enough. And I was like,
Right. Right? He gets overly mad over something that he doesn't, one, quite believe quite yet. Like, he saw the jackal and things are, like, starting to go, but also,
Yeah.
like, he also doesn't know what was involved to capture the ghost. So, like, you're getting angry over something that might not have affected his wife's spirit at all.
Yeah.
You know? Like,
And she
it's-
looks fine. Well, besides being burned in
Yeah.
half, she looks fine. She's just kind of like wandering around the house like, well, this kind of sucks.
Yeah.
And then, so there's what is her name? Kalina.
Uh-huh.
She talks about how the devil possessed some guy and made the Basilius machine, which a machine made by the devil. Sure. Okay.
It's a
With
machine
the dark Zodiac?
designed by the devil and powered by the dead that can see into the future. Why would the devil design such a thing?
Yeah. Why would he want that?
Right?
He's dead.
Right? So I'd like to call this meeting of the devil and the dead.
I don't.
And so I got this idea for a machine. Check it out. I'd like to give one lucky guy the ability to see into the future.
And God was like, okay.
Right?
Fine, Lucifer.
I mean, that's all right.
You
but,
get one shot. You better not mess it up.
all right. Well, I mean, is it going to be convoluted? Like, can I just do it? No. You need 12 evil signs of the zodiac.
Well, what year is it? That's 1500. When are you going to use the machine? Probably not till 2000s.
Okay. All right. Gonna need some enchantment spells. Gonna some containment spells. And we're gonna need specifically these type of ghosts that are also born in that zodiac sign.
So
I need a torso, but I need his head to be there too.
They talk about this is I just totally fell out of that bit. I was like, we need to talk about this.
Yeah.
But they talk about like all the ghosts, like they're called like the firstborn son, the torso, the bound woman, the withered lover,
incredibly
the torn prince,
specific.
the angry princess. But they don't really make sense. Like I could get why they're connected. Like the firstborn son. Okay, he was shot with an arrow. Like they could have killed him like in many different ways, but it's just kind of like the firstborn son. Then you have like the torso, which it's the guy's the torso. But then you have the bound woman. So the bound woman, basically, she was dating a guy. She slept around on him, and then he got really mad and he broke her back and then tied her up or something. Tied her up, bound her, and broke her back.
Okay.
Or neck. He broke her.
And then she just has seizures.
Yeah.
On a rope.
But, yeah.
Just hanging around like...
The 2 times that we see her, she doesn't, like, try to attack. We don't see her, like, straight on.
No.
We don't see her move at all. We don't see her, like,
jiggling.
do anything. She just is like... like, all right. She's like one of those machines that, like...
Oh, in a haunted house?
No, not even that.
Moves like...
You know those weird balls?
What?
They used to be toys, I swear. They used to be toys, and it was basically like a submarine bomb. What are those things called? Not a torpedo. The ones that hung out in the water and just floated.
Oh, a mine?
Yeah, a water
A depth
mine.
charge.
Yeah, sure, a depth charge.
Depth.
Depth charge.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. But it looked like those spike ball depth charges.
Yeah.
And it had like rubber grips on a ball, and you would just turn it on, and it would just vibrate and like bounce around on the floor.
Oh,
you remember those?
They look like everlasting gobstoppers.
Yeah, and they have like weird like rubbery
Yes.
spikes that
Yeah.
I loved like.
Right?
They just had a really good texture.
I
but
felt like
that's
they were
how
from the
she
makers
shook
of
around.
Bop It, but they weren't
Yeah.
Bop Its.
She just like shook like I'm a toy. Like she's on a massage chair.
Like that yippy dog at the mall that's like...
Yes.
And
it,
then
like
jumps. And God damn, this thing does backflips.
Yeah.
We're not getting that.
But like the ghosts like are I know I was like where was I? The ghosts are like loosely related to what their descriptions are, and the mom is like the withered lover. She was dead in a fire, so it's like I guess, and so it's like kind of connected. Then there's like the torn prince who was like he was a baseball player and he was really good, but then like he was in a drag race and his car his brakes,
don't know the words.
so, like, but the competitor like cut the brakes on his car and he flipped and died, which I was like, oh shit.
But he still gets to keep his baseball bat.
Yeah, it's a baseball bat. They all need props. But like it's all these kind of like loose connections to him. Who else have we not explained? Firstborn son, the
We
torso,
haven't
the
really
bound woman,
we haven't done John Henry.
the withered lover.
The blacksmith. We haven't discussed the blacksmith.
So the blacksmith, he was accused of stealing from a white man.
Mm-hmm.
So this obviously happened during like Civil War era, and he was a slave.
Not necessarily. I mean, it could have been last week.
Oh yeah, really. We're in a bad political climate. I don't like our country right now. So he was accused of stealing from a white person, even though he didn't. So they and he worked on he was a blacksmith. They decided to drive railroad spikes into him with his own. He reacted badly and either hit people or killed people with a sledgehammer.
Yeah, because the ghost name is the Hammer.
Yeah.
Right?
And he
so like it's a very accurate name for like a black 70s porn star.
Yeah. So they drove railroad spikes into him, and then they eventually cut off his hand and his left hand and replaced it with the
sledgehammer. But why?
White people are terrible.
That's
why.
Accurate.
It's like, jeez.
Yeah. There's no need to explain that.
Then we have the pilgrimess, and she was basically just accused of witchcraft, and they starved her. And
she looks like something from Evil Dead.
The gallows? What is that called?
Yeah, the stocks.
The stocks, yeah. They put her in the stocks. They let her starve to death.
And the stocks apparently
That's
died
her.
too and came with her.
Yeah, that's her prop. But she's another ghost where we just see her like it's literally just stock footage of them, and they're like it's just her shaking back and forth in the stock. She doesn't really do anything as well. The withered lover, that was the wife. That's number 4.
Oh, that's the wife. Oh,
and then we have the great child and the dire mother, which is the giant fat guy in the short.
I think we got
lady.
them all now.
Yeah. The hammer, the jackal, and the juggernaut.
Yeah. We got them all.
That's all of them.
Right.
Because then we start to get to they find the machine. They're like, shit, we got to find the kids because they don't have the daughter because she just randomly disappeared whenever Arthur and
when they were trying to get up and escape the hammer.
Well, before that,
well, they
she
were
just
trying
they were bandaging her up, and then Arthur and what was her name?
Damn it. Her name is Kalina.
Yes.
Stupid.
Kalina, they were talking, and then they look over to their left, and they're like, daughter gone.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Right.
Like,
so now both
keep better
kids
track
are
of your
missing.
kids.
Yeah.
Jeez. like you're a single parent or something. Oh, he is.
Arthur, at this point, is also completely scratched down his back by the jackal, like huge gaping wounds that seem not to affect him
But he
whatsoever.
okay.
Yeah,
So-
but he good.
So they decide they're like, we got to get the kids, and then we'll just get out of the house. But this is whenever we get the exposition that he's got to like kill himself to stop the machine. And this was suggested by Kalina.
But this is a lie.
Yeah, it is a lie.
Yeah, it's not. He's not the failsafe, which they say. It's like basically, they're lying to him, saying that in order to stop the machine has to be somebody has to basically give themselves an act of love, like basically to stop the machine so that all your family will live.
Yeah,
right. That's the lie.
Yeah,
but what it really is that somebody still needs to give themselves as a self-sacrifice
to activate the machine.
Right.
So they just reversed the word activate and deactivate.
Yeah.
They were like, how do we
That's
twist it?
Okay, now
cool.
Now his plot makes a little more sense to me.
And at first, like, he is kind of hesitant to throw himself into the machine, but then the lady's like, your kids are missing, and
right. So that was a bonus for Cyrus. Well,
yes.
Kind of, yeah. Okay, so they go looking for the kids again, but
they
this
take
time
a door with them.
They take a door with them that has the incantations written on them, and that's going to be their shield, right?
And they smoosh a ghost.
They make a Captain America joke.
Yeah.
Right? And I was like, okay. And yeah, they smush the torn prince.
Yeah.
Right? But they're not really.
He just explodes in sparks. He's gone.
But I don't quite understand because, like, this is their tactic. This is their move. Basically, they smush with the door that they can hold and carry around against another wall that has incantations, and then I guess he disappears or
he just
something.
kind of like evaporates. Yeah,
right. But then it's like,
he
okay,
said the same different word.
Yeah,
apparates and evaporates.
Yeah.
He just kind of like goes away in sparks because this movie loves sparks.
It loves sparks.
It's like, what's crazy and scary? Sparks. Like, not really. No.
So, but here's what I don't understand
is how you can hit glass and make sparks.
There's one. I also just don't understand why they didn't keep this tactic going.
Well, they tried to, but then it was the end of the movie.
You
can't
somebody's
carry a
gotta
glass
die.
door by yourself.
Nobody's died in like 45 minutes.
So they smoosh the ghost, and then they're like, "Oh God, there's another ghost coming!" And
Right.
because Matthew Lillard got a headache, so he.
Well, this is my thing. Is like, why?
Oh, this is when we got his flash of his future, because he somehow.
No, he got a flash way earlier.
No, it's whenever they're in the basement. He gets a
right,
flash.
but it was way earlier than this because this is the death.
Yeah.
So he got a flash way
yeah,
earlier.
this was whenever he was walking
right?
with the nanny.
But this is my question about the future and stuff that I said we get back to is that, like, his powers, because he mentions he's like, yeah, and I just freak out and get a seizure whenever anything's like even like 10 feet from me. It's like, no, you don't.
Yeah. He
like,
just gets like
you
a really
literally-
bad migraine.
But only when it's convenient to the plot.
Yeah.
He doesn't, because you'd think that he'd be like, ghost, ghost, ghost,
Yeah.
ghost, ghost.
Because that
and
house would
nothing.
be like radiating around him.
Like, he should have felt ghosts on the outside before he even went inside, right?
Oh, well, I'm sure he knew they were there.
It's so convenient. Like, no, I don't think he did. Because he goes, Cyrus, like, when he's looking for his money, he's like, what do you got going on down here, Cyrus? Right?
Crazy son of a bitch, Cyrus.
Right. Yeah.
And
seriously. How do we know you didn't kill him?
So then, they see the railroad guy. They see the blacksmith, the hammer. They see him coming, and Matthew Lillard is like,
there's more.
well, Matthew Lillard is like, there's only room for one in that corner, and like pushes Arthur.
This is stupid because he doesn't see the Juggernaut yet when he makes this decision to put him in the corner.
Yeah.
Just go and do the same glass smush thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't. Well, maybe like the railroad guy's a lot stronger.
Right?
Could be. But what are ghost strengths? What are their weaknesses? Well, do we know? I don't know. Ghost laws. So,
the strongest ghost we've ever encountered. We've never needed blood before.
right? And then, so the railroad guy starts hitting him, and he's like, ow, ow. And then the Juggernaut's like, my turn.
Right? They tag team him.
And the Juggernaut like is throwing him around. I think he hits him in the back. No, he gets
Hammer hits him with his
Hammer hits
hammer
him in-
hand.
And he's like, wow.
Right.
And then the Juggernaut picks him up and like breaks his back over the corner
Right.
of a corner.
Yeah.
Breaks his back on a corner
Accurate.
on a corner. And then Arthur's like, "Ugh," like crying.
Right.
And the
But
ghost,
also it's like, why?
yeah.
Like
And then
you've known him for like an hour.
So then we also get the scene of Kalina and
Kalina's in the machine room,
with the babysitter Maggie.
right, pretending to plant explosives,
Yes. So Maggie
but
is
actually plants them.
no. She
Then-
doesn't.
Then how's
she
this
never
place
activates
explode?
them. Well, hold on. We'll get
Okay.
there. So Maggie's there, and Maggie turns around and is like, another ghost. And you know what
This
we
is
missed? No, we missed a really stupid pan shot of the entire house in the middle of the movie.
Oh, you mean where it just floats through the house for like a minute or two?
Completely
You're like, what?
useless. And
This
it
seems
doesn't-
like it was the credit sequence.
Yeah, it doesn't even like go forward and like it pans and then finds characters or
forgot about
something.
this.
It just kind of goes through the house and plays like creepy voiceovers and a little bit of music, and then it goes back to the movie.
We're ghosts.
I knew it was gonna happen somewhere. When are we gonna make the Beetlejuice reference? Um,
It's a very it's subtle for us.
so
Hold back. Don't do it.
I
Don't
know,
do
it's
the
like,
rest.
don't say it. Don't say it. Yes. So Maggie is like, it's a ghost of Cyrus, and then you think that Kalina is about to hit Cyrus with the book, but she hits Maggie in the back of the head and knocks
Right.
her out. So
Then they sloppily make out.
yeah, they make out, and Kalina's like, "I killed my partner for you."
So
and-
here's what you were going to ask. Why is he, weeks after his apparent death,
wearing the
still
same
in the same
exact
clothes and wearing the makeup, the bloody makeup
Yeah.
scar and neck slash?
because it's like he faked his death, but it looks like he's still dead. So I think it's just so people can be like, "He's a ghost too."
Right.
Wah!
It's for us more than anything else.
Yeah.
Right? But
Yes.
like, so because part of me went like, well, maybe if he was like, I stayed in this makeup just in case, like, so I could observe what's going on around here and just in case
Yeah.
anybody saw me, you know, but
That's
what if
I would
somebody saw you
expect.
without the glasses and like
Yeah.
ruses over
Well, then
anyway?
That's what happens. But see, then I was like, well, is he actually a ghost? But he just is like out of the glasses, so he's more powerful as
So
a
they can
ghost,
make out.
right? So yeah, ew. Or well, it doesn't make sense for him to also
Let me
activate
get
the
that
machine.
ectoplasm
Ew, he's gonna ectoplasm all over.
all over.
I ectoplasmed.
Right.
Ew.
So it turns out, yeah, Kalina
But
brought the spells that he needed to like
Yes.
get the ghost being like, oh shit, we're under your control now.
yeah,
And that
She
they
did it
have
for
been
love.
dating, the whole
it's
time.
never a reason to do anything.
No.
But I do think he is still alive because why would a ghost want to see the
Oh, he's
future?
totally alive.
Yeah, he
because
is alive.
the ghost
he's not
kill
a real
him.
ghost. He's fake.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's alive. The
But
ghost
for some
kill
reason,
him.
I was like, maybe the ghost kill another ghost, and the machine can kill ghosts too. But then I was like, nah. But because
No, the devil didn't contract it to do that part. I didn't
devil-
design it to like ghost kill ghosts.
It's a one-purpose machine.
right?
Please.
It's called the Eye of Me.
the eye of me. So, so then, yeah. So Maggie's knocked out. Kalina and Cyrus are like going through the house, and Cyrus is like, use the kids as a trap, and she
Yeah.
does. But then, as they're walking, he's like going up an elevator that just conveniently was there. It turns out,
Never
then-
saw an elevator in this house before.
activating the elevator, smooshed her.
At the same time, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
'cause-
the wall was just like, okay, time to go.
Yeah. Elevator's like, if I have to go up, the wall adjacent to me has to push together.
It's like weight mechanics. I don't know.
yeah.
But so
And
Kalina
smashes
also
her. Yeah.
she activated the drawing spell to draw the ghost out.
Right.
Right.
And so the same like blah, 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 blah,
Yeah.
like
So-
starts going through the house, which means that the Juggernaut and the Hammer, which were about to attack Arthur, disappear.
Yeah.
So he's saved.
But then Arthur
Right.
sees his wife, and she's like,
yeah.
"I love you," and then
So
she
weird.
disappears, and he's like, "Ah," and then he goes to try and save the kids.
Right.
So he's got his glasses.
Which the kids have been somehow placed in the
center of the
center
machine.
of the machine, right? Which the machine, oh god, it's like some weird. Once again, I don't know how people build this shit. Like
Yeah.
all the time, people are building things in all of our movies. People are building shit that I'm
It's
like,
the dress
what is
Lady
your
Gaga wore. It's a polka stop. That's all.
Oh
It's
my
got there's like
God.
multiple circles. That's like a gyrosphere.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what it's called. Sorry, I was
Yeah.
just really
Yeah,
impressed
you're
with my
right.
brain.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was like, whoa.
You mean that thing like you'd get at the science center that like had basically like 3 rings and
Yeah.
it was weighted
Or you
and
would,
there was
like,
a planet.
Get your
or
hands
something.
and feet strapped in
Yes,
at like Six
same
Flags,
thing.
and it'd be like, whoa.
Yeah,
and you just
that
kind
they
of go
use at
everywhere.
NASA.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's that
It's-
kind of thing, right? But like 12 rings,
yeah.
right?
And it looks like none of it actually has like a hinge point. It just kind of goes wherever it wants to.
yeah, shing, 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 shing,
It's like,
shing, shing.
whoa,
Right?
Calm down.
Meanwhile, the ghosts basically like are at an AA meeting around
Yeah.
the rings, right? Holding
circle
hands
jerking.
like kumbaya.
Yeah.
Like they're literally holding hands.
and hammers.
I'm like, well, the torso can't hold hands, but
well, he can hold hands.
one
He's got
hand.
hands.
He's got one hand.
Oh, that's right.
But it's just stupid. They're
Yeah.
like there and they're like enchanted by the spell, and they're all standing around the corner, and basically everyone is waiting for Arthur to just sacrifice himself.
And
right?
Cyrus is like, "You're stupid. You decided to have a family. I conquered a lot of shit. My life is successful. Yours
Well-
is pretty boring."
Arthur reveals himself.
Yeah.
To like right.
And Cyrus takes his glasses off and is like, "Holy
No.
fuck!"
We're
Oh.
confusing the two names. Cyrus reveals himself. Arthur takes his glasses off.
Yes.
And is like, oh, you're still here in real life without the glasses, so
Yeah.
you're real. Starts punching him.
He's like, "Who
but
did your
immediately
makeup?"
gets overpowered. I love your makeup.
Yeah. That's a really cool Halloween costume.
Right?
Yeah, they fight.
Yeah, they
He
fight.
gets hit with a cane and he almost gets stabbed. And he's like, "You got to do this."
Yeah,
because
because his cane has like a knife in
Yeah.
it, like he's the penguin. And
Oh, there was a quick, brief moment with Matthew Lillard leaning on the glass, being like, "You gotta save your kids, man."
after he like defeats Cyrus, right?
What does he just punch Cyrus and knock him
Well,
out?
something happens. Wait, what?
Cyrus just
Oh, Maggie is in the basement and does
Yeah, but-
does like a DJ scratch,
yeah, and Cyrus is like, "What?"
right? And
Very
that
confused.
causes the ghost to not be enchanted anymore. And
Because Maggie woke up, by the way.
yeah,
So she starts like playing with the levers.
wiki.
Yeah.
Plays
She-
with the levers, like
And the machine starts freaking out. The ghosts are like, "Well, we don't have to listen to that music anymore." And then they go over, they take Cyrus, and they throw him into the machine, and he
Yep.
gets like ripped up into 5 chunks.
Yeah.
And like that's it. Cyrus is dead.
Yeah.
Officially. Like,
And then Matthew Lillard, who's the 13th ghost, because like if we're actually counting ghosts in this movie,
yeah, but he didn't die from an accident.
right? But I mean, just he's the 13th
Not
ghost
my
of
13th
the
ghost.
movie.
Yeah.
He's the Thir13en Ghost.
Stupid title.
Um,
13th and then ghost. And he's like, "You gotta save your kids, man.
Yeah.
You gotta do it." Like cleaning his glasses or something.
Right.
I was like, why is ghost? I hope I don't have to wear glasses as a ghost. That'd be really inconvenient.
I'm just really glad that they didn't make me wear that orange jumpsuit.
It's like, God, I hope I die in a cute outfit
Right.
too.
I hope I also don't die in like a late 90s, early 2000s, like half buttoned up shirt.
Ooh, with a
And
weird
suit.
pointy, like the pointy collar
Yep.
that's too big.
Yep.
I want my outfit to be cute, but I also don't want it to be ruined by blood.
Mm.
Because if it's my cutest outfit, then I want to be buried in it, right?
Right.
I'll probably be buried in a tux. Actually, no, it'll probably be found
A
in the side of a
tux?
ditch. Don't people get buried in tuxes?
No, just suits, man.
Oh.
I'm like,
I want to go to Afterlife Prom, looking fly. A tux.
you got
Stupid.
tails on that nobody
Yeah.
can see because you're like laying on your back. It's like, why do you even put them in tails? We got a top hat at the bottom of the casket too, and the cane.
A monocle.
Okay,
on.
if you go first, that's what I'm doing.
I'm going to be wearing 2 monocles, though.
So it's like glasses, but without the bridge.
Yeah. And put my hands up like I'm holding them. And like my eyes
see?
are open, so I'm very surprised. I'm like, ah. I want my funeral to be a comedy.
Oh, I've said that. Where I was like, I said that, okay, if anybody's listening out there, here's my official will and
Your funeral
testimony
plan.
right here. Like, here it is. Like, if I go and you're listening to this and I go before you,
No, I'm going to have to make your funeral plans.
yeah, you will.
I know you are going to die before me.
You're right.
Unless the freak
all
accident, let's be real.
all I really want is like I want a DJ and I want like alcohol. I want people to fucking have a party.
I don't know if
honestly.
I want an open casket or not. I just realized that. I mean, if I'm disfigured, no. I get ran over,
I'll try to
probably
make you
don't.
up into one of these 13 ghosts.
Put railroad spikes through me. No, don't do that one. Don't do that one. Someone will be like, they black.
I'm just gonna put you in stocks.
A dead guy. Stocks. I'm in my casket in stocks. I'm like, I'll put an arrow through your head.
No, I'm gonna jackal you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Jackal me off.
Yeah.
Ew.
But that's what I want.
Yeah.
Have a DJ, like actually go, like I'm sure somebody will DJ for free for that one.
I just want people to get
But
drunk. After my grandpa's
I also
funeral,
don't ask people to DJ for free. So
yeah, okay, fine. We'll make money.
Right. Somebody, you can charge. Somebody can charge.
When I was like 10, 11, 12, 13, I don't really know. Those years blend together. My grandpa died, and after his funeral, we went to a bowling alley to drink.
Yeah.
I was in the
what
state of Missouri.
I want a party. I want a whole like freaking. I
But
want
I
a
was
disco
also
ball. I
too
want
young to drink.
a party.
At my grandpa's, my most recent funeral, like in the springtime, we were drinking canned margarita and beer in the parking lot. So that was pretty cool. And then we got caught and we got in a little bit of trouble. But whatever, we were adults.
Okay.
And then, so Matthew Lillard's like, save your kids, man. And then Arthur's like, I'll save my kids, dude. And he's like timing the rings, but the machine's also falling apart simultaneously.
So it has a moment now instead of being this full rings that like it kind of shuts
8 seconds. I don't know. It's like,
right. Yeah.
And he's
I'm like, so the machine is broken, but it still has a pattern to its brokenness, and he's able to basically.
I wouldn't risk it.
Double Dutch it.
Good luck, kids.
He double Dutches the rings, but what's his plan? Because he just jumps into the sensor with them.
He says it after. Okay, so basically, the machine goes down. It like blows the glass out of the house because the machine reacted so violently that the pressure in the house changed, and all the non-breakable glass breaks.
It's breakable now.
Yeah. So it's like, boof, and it looks like the place explodes.
Right.
Then, so the kids are like, what were you going to do to save us? And he was like, I don't know. I just wanted to die with you. Was essentially like his plan. He was like, well, we're doing it all together.
Right.
And then, so it's all like, happy, and they're like, you see all of the ghosts leave the house, and they all leave in one direction.
They're like holding
they're going to the same party. Like, well, we ruined this house. Let's go to another one. Like,
Jackal's like the last one to be seen too. He's like,
I know, running on all fours, like, whoa, climbing a tree.
Meanwhile, like if I was them, right, and the house just exploded, I'd be like, we got to get out of here. There's 13 ghosts on the loose.
I'm surprised they didn't show anyone pick up the money and run, or not run, but
we
just,
don't even know where that money is.
Yeah,
though.
the money.
It's with the lawyer still.
Well, the lawyer was in the room where he was cut in half.
Right, which was just like a hallway or something. I don't even know.
Oh, I thought it was part of the machine room.
I think he was like halfway in a like one of the ghost rooms or corridors or something. Well, either way, nobody found that money.
Which they still could.
Yeah. Well, probably it's on fire. It's,
no. Well, there wasn't a fire in the explosion.
That's
it was
right.
literally
just
like
a boom. It's the
pressure
pressurized.
changed.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
So then, the babysitter is still alive too, even after glass like flew everywhere and like machine parts were literally
was right next to the
flying
machine.
out of that machine.
Yeah.
So I was like, she should 100% be dead.
Yep.
Like, it does not make sense how any of these people survived.
No.
Also, how did they get off their tiny platform? Because there was like a hole all around them.
Right.
Like, they would have to jump and it would be fine, but like, there's not even a plank of wood in that house to put across so they can walk across.
Right. And so the only ghost that doesn't leave is the mom.
And
now she's like cleaned up and like normal.
Yeah. She got surgery.
Because that's,
Well, the plastic surgeon ghost is like, let me fix you up. She was like, girl, okay, I tried it once on myself. Didn't work. But you're a different story. They were friends. By the end of it, all the ghosts are friends.
Right?
That's why they left the house together.
That's right.
They're like, we're all we know now.
She's like,
they're the losers club of ghosts.
I love you guys, but I have this party to go to.
Yeah.
Right?
She was just kind of like, she doesn't move her mouth. She speaks through telepathy. We don't have words to,
Telepathy.
telepathy. And she's like, you're beautiful, family. bye. And they all just kind of
Beautiful,
yeah.
like I am again.
Yeah.
Yay!
And she's like, ascending now, and she just kind of vanishes.
Ascending.
Yeah. And then we get like the final scene from
Oh my God.
from Maggie, and she's
Why
like,
is this
"Oh
movie-
shit, I hate this place. I'm getting the fuck out of here.
I
No
ain't
more
getting
ghosts.
paid
I'm going back to
enough."
New York. I ain't getting paid." And she just walks out, and I was like,
Why did this
you
movie turn
stereotype
so
her?
ghetto in
Yeah.
the last 2 minutes? Like, because this
It wasn't even
and
2
then
minutes. It was 30 seconds.
no, because
Oh.
right after this, the credits roll and it's like a rap song.
Yeah. Well,
You're
that
like-
was like the times it was like scary movies had either
Yeah.
heavy metal or like dark, like deep dark rap songs.
Right?
I was like, all right,
Yo,
whatever.
I'm chilling with the torn prince.
Yeah. I was like, oh no. Yeah, that was 13 Ghosts.
Yeah. The W's?
I would actually say to just like,
Oh, watch it.
yeah,
That's the W. Watch it.
yeah, watch it. I don't know, like it's a pretty good like you could have it playing in the background
The
like
effects
with
are
you and your
amazing.
friends.
I
think
like
it's
the actual
yeah.
practical effects of every single one of these ghosts are great.
It's a good stormy night movie. Maybe.
I'm like, when's the last time we had a stormy night
Well,
around
not in
here?
Southern California.
Right.
If you're anywhere else, it's pretty
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
It's like a nice like we want to be a little spooked, but we also want to like not.
You want to have fun.
You want to be able to go to bed, right? You don't
Yeah.
want to watch like if I watch Paranormal Activity, I hate the lights being off, so I
Yeah.
don't watch that movie anymore.
Yeah.
Like,
I would say, like, this is one of those things where I kind of wish video stores were still around. Because I'd say, this is we have a free rental tonight movie. Like, you just grab it and you have fun with it, and that's it.
a free rental that can't be used on anything that's a new release.
That's right.
And nothing that is R-rated.
It's a 5-day rental.
Right?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, Roger Ebert. This is on his shit movie list.
really?
Yeah, he hated it.
Yeah. Well,
It's like, okay, cool.
and yeah, so this is our 4th out of 5 entries into our Halloween month of Halloween. Haunted
much
podcast. We have one more, Ernest Scared Stupid, coming out on Halloween Day. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Leans up with a smudged makeup face and turns the TV off.
So
I had to slip a different reference in.
Netflix November is coming right up. We
Yes,
have
vote.
our votes in. We round 2 basically starts tomorrow when this launches.
Okay, good. I got a lot
So-
of people to vote the past 2 days,
Yes.
so I'm happy.
So I can't actually announce on the microphone what our top 10 are that people will be able to vote for tomorrow because votes are still coming in. But I can say at the top of this list, I can at least say that it looks like Twilight's probably going to be one of them. But I'm not
okay.
influencing anybody.
I'm okay with
Not
that.
influencing anything.
I don't want to say pick Scooby-Doo, but don't pick Scooby-Doo. That's a treasure of a film. But also Matthew Lillard's also in that one. so.
Right?
Yeah.
And so make sure you rate, review, subscribe. Please, if you are listening to this on Apple Podcasts, that's where you can do the review. Apparently, people say there is no review on Google, which Google, get your shit together.
Right.
But
Just download iTunes and do it.
yeah, go ahead, do it on
Give us a heads
the
up.
desktop version of iTunes. You can do a review there as well. But we need those reviews to get more listeners and get our voice out there,
Yeah.
so that we can start giving you live shows and things like that.
Fun stuff.
Yep. So
More fun
also make sure you follow us if this is your first time stumbling onto the podcast. Make sure you follow us at Bombs Away Show, and that's at every single platform. At Bombs Away Show is for Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all of it. And you can get more information about upcoming releases and little tidbits and screenshots and things that we talked about in the movie. Going to be putting up actually in this whole week 13 like each ghost, and we'll write out the history, and you guys can tell us which one your favorite
Did I
is.
see there was a freaking petting zoo down there?
Yeah, that
Sorry,
was
I just remember that stupid line.
right.
Ghost man.
You should have saved it for the end right here.
Right?
So that's it for me on Bombs Away. My name is Jonathan,
I'm Jarrett.
and now we got no line.
Put on these glasses. I don't know.
I'll be right back.
Hey, this is Jarrett with the Bombs Away podcast, and we're here in the Frida Cinema recording our podcast. So the Frida Cinema is a program of the Long Beach Cinematique, and it's located here in Santa Ana in Southern California. It serves the neighboring communities, and it is a non-profit art house cinema dedicated to enriching, connecting, and educating communities through the art of cinema. It's here to entertain, and that's why the entertainment industry exists. So what they show on these screens is pretty amazing. They have things such as the Director's Series, and it features directors such as Martin Scorsese, Mel Brooks, and Lloyd Kaufman. Lloyd Kaufman, if you didn't know, did The Toxic Avengers and The Class of Nukem High. They also have something called Friday Night Freakouts, and this is presented by OC Weekly. It has films that are among the horror or sci-fi kind of genre. They've done films such as Lost Boys, Hackers, and The Room. They've also featured anime like Your Name and Akira. Some other things they do are double features. They've done things such as Hot Fuzz mixed with Shaun of the Dead, which is actually two pretty good films. They also show a lot of cool things among the lines of indie films. They have The Void, which is currently on Netflix, and they also have had Academy Award-winning films such as Best Film winner Moonlight, which I think is pretty awesome that it showed in this space before it actually went up. If you want more information about showtimes, location, and everything film and entertainment related to the Frida Cinema, you can go to www.thefridacinema.org. You can also follow on Facebook at facebook.com/thefridacinema and on Instagram and Twitter at thefridacinema. The Frida Cinema, for filmmakers, for filmgoers, and for you.
This has been a production of Big Bulb Entertainment, executive produced by Jonathan Young. For more media and information, visit us at www.bigbulbentertainment.com. Big Bulb, what's your bright idea?